It's been a lot of hard work, but here you are making your debut in Formula One. You must be thrilled. So how are you finding things at the team? Are you settling in? What are you expecting out of this season? Are you just aiming to find your feet in Formula One, or do you see something more? Appreciate your time.
Welcome to your new team. Red Bull have taken the sport by storm over the past decade or so to become one of the most successful on the grid. They have a constant influx of new talent from their famous Young Driver program, so make sure to impress, lest you lose your seat to another rising star.
We seem to be having some software issues at the moment. Sit tight for a few minutes while we reboot some things, okay? At some point before qualifying, let's get our track acclimatization program complete. It'll help us identify any specific problem areas on the circuit. Okay, the circuit is clear.
Quick look at the classification at the end of the session then. Here are your top three: Vettel, Hamilton and Fernando.
Well, things didn't really go your way today. Tell us what happened. Are you hoping to have your reliability issues sorted out before qualifying? How's your grid penalty going to affect your strategy going into the race? You really went all out in practice today. Are you testing new components? Appreciate your time.
Welcome to Melbourne, where qualifying for the Australian Grand Prix should be getting underway shortly. So, could be a tasty one today then, Ants. We've got all the ingredients, that's for sure. Treacherous conditions, an ever-changing racetrack, and one or two cars just behind the pace setters who maybe, just maybe, fancy a bit of an upset after a good performance from them in free practice.
And the question has to be, of course, what is that circuit going to look like in 10 to 15 minutes from now? If you think the rain's going to get worse, then you have to be straight out when the lights go green to find whatever grip you can. But if it eases off, then you're better off waiting, saving the tyres, and going out at the perfect moment. The other thing that comes with these conditions? Traffic, and the lack of visibility that comes from sitting in the spray. It's going to be a constant problem, and I expect to see a lot of frustrated drivers with ruined laps out there today.
The grid is all set then for the race tomorrow. But before we go, let's quickly remind ourselves of our top three, who are Ricciardo, Vettel and Kimi Räikkönen. Goodbye for now then, but we're really just getting started. Make sure to join us again for Lights Out tomorrow.
So, unfortunately, we've picked up some grid penalties, and we'll be starting further back than you expect. As for how bad it is, that'll depend on what the other drivers get.
And now let's take a look at the drivers' standings. Sebastian Vettel takes the lead of the Drivers' Championship. And now I'd like to ask you, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver?
We've received invitations to new historic events. You'll be able to choose whether or not to participate before the end of this weekend.
We take a break from the roller coaster ride of the Formula One season for a historic invitational today. It's a chance for us to watch some of the classic cars from days gone by, as well as a chance for drivers to try something new and enhance their reputation.